Hello and welcome to my sister's house up on the hill. And even just down the road you can see the kangaroos. Yep, it's a bit warm. So I was just at the roadhouse with my nephew Dan and he got out to get some fuel and I said, I'm just going to have to be a real nerd and get out and take some pictures. So thanks for the guy that just gave us the lights. My sister lives in the wheat belt, which is outside of Perth, quite away, about an hour and a half away from the airport, and it's one of the main roads north up to the mines. So regularly you have to pull over. We've already had one escort gone past, so we're slowing down because there is another one coming, and if there's two, this means it's generally very big. Now that is a very big Tonka toy. So it's not very often, my sister says, that they get 3 in a row. But like I said, it's the main road up to the mine, so you get a lot of these wide loads up here and they have priority. So we were in the car because we were coming down to HarleyDavidson Perth. My sister has been the road captain for 6 years and now she's the photographer. And I must admit, Harleys aren't everybody's cup of tea, but they do make a very good noise. So we're going to watch the sunset and we're going to a truck show tomorrow. So I will bring you back tomorrow. But then again, on our way home, we stopped at the roadhouse because I couldn't let my sister drive past. It's the Chittering roadhouse, if anybody knows it. It's not far from my sister's house, like I said. And we met the guy from Graham Dawson's. He's on the left with the bullnose. He's from Queensland. And the guy with the cab over is from just down the road in the Swan Valley. Both road trains and both absolutely stunning vehicles. I did take some photos inside. They were really nice guys and he was just showing me the space he'd got, but I didn't put too many on because obviously he's living in it. But really nice to have a chat with them. No front to them at all, just nice guys talking to some random woman from the other side of the world. Morning, and this is where we are. We are at the WA Mack Muster Truck Show, which is south of Perth, and they have got some absolutely stunning vehicles. And they've got loud music going, so you'll have to excuse me because YouTube doesn't like us putting music on and that sort of thing. So a lot of it's going to be photos, but it's a mixture of European and American trucks, but they are absolutely stunning. And I met this young fella from Ireland. He's over on a working holiday visa, him and his pal who drives this one. Nice lads. I can't mind where he was from now, but he was a nice lad. Now, I know some of you follow Jono on Road Train Adventures on YouTube, and before I came, we arranged to have a meet-up and a chat. I hope you enjoy this bit.
But the thing is that in Australia, your roads are so big, and the space is so big, you couldn't use one of these in the UK.
No, this is going to be way too long. In fact, to be honest, if you know the size of an 8-ton truck, well,
Yeah.
this is the size, the length of an 8-ton truck,
That's-
just the truck itself.
That's right. Well, so in the UK, with Jono has his YouTube channel in Spain. In Australia. So they obviously have all the road trains and the big trucks and the bullnose trucks, whereas in the UK, none of our roads would fit them. Most of the bullnose in the UK are used for show vehicles or fair vehicles, something like that, special vehicles. Because the problem in the UK is if we had a unit, a truck this size, because our overall length is less, we would lose on the trailer, on the payload.
Oh yeah.
So because we would have to use a shorter trailer to fit it all in, because we've got a maximum overall length. They're okay with something like, or like maybe a bulker, but because the trailers are actually shorter, because they're carrying heavier but shorter, they can do it with those. But you just don't get into it anywhere. But so if anybody wants to watch Jono, it's, what is your channel?
Road Train Adventures on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's it.
And I'll tell you what, so tell us before we go, how are you finding Australia? You've been here, you've been to New Zealand, I'm sure you've all seen the
Yeah.
pictures of New Zealand, but she's down here in Australia, and this is Perth. Come to the truck show, I'll tell you what. So are you loving it or what?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the weather obviously is fantastic compared with what, and yet my sister's putting a jumper on because she's saying it's going chilly.
Well, I was going to say it's 30 degrees, so for you guys in UK, 30 degrees, you're probably thinking this summer, oh my God, where's the air conditioning?
Yeah.
But this is just a beautiful day for us.
So that was one thing I was going to ask you. If you're parked up at the night, you've got separate aircon, yeah?
Oh yeah, so we've got air conditioning in the truck.
Yeah.
And
I mean, mine has, but most UK vehicles, they don't have air conditioning.
they're probably
because
heating only.
They only have heating,
Wow.
yeah. But the vehicles that go to Europe, like the ones that we drive, we've got aircon.
Yeah.
And we've got overnight aircon, so it works separately to the engine.
Yeah, that's probably.
But a lot of UK vehicles, they just don't have it. It's an optional extra because you just don't get that hot.
It's an optional extra here as well, but so most people do put it in because it is it's something that you got to have in Australia. You can't have a good night's sleep
No.
if it's 30 degrees as a minimum.
Yeah. And I remember talking to you before about the hours. We have a myriad of rules and regulations in Europe, horrendously. And I remember you saying, you'd never get anywhere over here if you followed those.
Yeah.
But so you're not on tachographs now?
No, so we use, you can see the tablet up there just through the window.
Yeah.
It's just a little tablet, and that's our electronic work diary. We do used to use the paperwork diaries as well.
So like the old-fashioned logbook?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so they're good because you can dodgy those up and put whatever you want. These, you can still do a few things.
So I'll show you what we have.
Oh, is that the tachograph?
That's the driver's card.
Oh,
so it's got a
right.
chip in the back.
Yes, I
So
see.
we always have to have one of these, and we have to do an actual driver's CPC, which is Driver's Certificate of Professional Competence, and we have to do this so many hours a year we're supposed to do to keep us up with the new rules and regulations. But you can take the test today, and by tomorrow you can get done for going wrong in them. But all your work is on there. So before you start, you've got the tachograph at the top, and you have to put that card in.
But I remember you were saying you were going into France and you had to put in a different
Yeah.
tachograph.
Well, not a different one. What you have to do is you put this in and you leave that in, but when you register on it, you have to register that you're coming out of one country and going into another one. So you finish France, start Spain. Apparently the new tachographs are doing that automatically by satellite, but they're not in most vehicles yet.
I mean, this is really interesting stuff. See, in Australia, we don't get, there are no borders in Australia. We just travel all around and we don't have to worry about that. But I would love to go to Europe and do this.
But it's just, you cannot drive a truck, a lorry without one of these. You cannot drive one.
Interesting stuff.
And so you have to have one. And then what happens if the ministry or if the cops stop you, they take that out, put it straight into the machine, and it prints out everything that you've done. And that can hold, I believe, up to about 3 years of what you've done.
Oh, that's bad.
So yeah, that is the thing, and but you cannot drive unless you've got one of those. And they are renewed every 3 years, I think it is. But you have to renew them, and that's at a cost to you. That's not something you get issued. That's at a cost that you pay for it, and you pay for your training as well.
Well, the differences are all around the world. You know, it's great to hear how your guys work. I don't actually know how America works.
No.
Maybe someone from America come over and tell me all about it.
Absolutely. But anyway, it was great to meet you, and hopefully everything will go and you'll win something. Are there actual prizes for you today?
I'm not in the competition because we're still like a guest here, so you can't have a guest winning the show.
That's true.
Yeah, so I'm out of it. So and plus, as you can see, I literally just got in from Melbourne last night, so it's looking a bit dirty.
I know what you mean. Okay.
All right, well, great to have you here.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. The other side of the world. It's amazing.
All right, thanks.
So I hope you enjoyed that bit of a chat, and we will catch up with Jono in a couple of days. I'm going to go with him and load and have a chat about the job in general over here. They even have road train models. These are definitely big boys' toys. There was a guy a bit earlier on, and he'd got like a quad, and he was driving it like 4 trailers and model, and he was driving it around the show. Very cool. I know there's a lot of people in the UK that are into these models, but some of these guys, I don't know, they just seem amazing when they've got like 3 or 4 trailers on them half the time. I don't know exactly what it is about this one, but of all the trucks at the show, this one just stands out for me. It's I don't know, it's like understated but overstated, so it's just a nice vehicle, and the paintwork is really good, and the guys looked after it really well. But I don't know, this one just rang the bell for me. They do have some epic stock boxes in Australia. The amount of work that's gone into some of them is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I've done the truck shows. I know how much work it is to keep these clean. Okay, the weather's a bit better. They don't have the mud and the ground that we have, and the salt on the roads, but it does rain over here. Not so much in WA at the moment. It's been very dry, but at the same time, to get it to this sort of level is just another thing. And I did ask them if it was all right for me to show their information. You're just going to have to stop and zoom in at it, I think. And we met some famous faces from Outback Truckers. Sludge said he felt much better, hoping to get back on the road soon, hoping to get his bike licence back as well. So good luck to him. So I had a big chat with Yogi from Kendall Trucking, and that's the guy that helps him with his magazine and his radio station. We were looking at doing something about the differences between European and Australian working. I gave him a card, but he said to remind him via email. So we'll see how it goes. They don't normally have triples down here, but they are some awesome equipment, and it was an absolute brilliant show. Some epic sunsets over here, some very wide open spaces. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please don't forget to subscribe, ring the little bell, leave a comment, and I will do the next one and show you when I'm out with Jono. Take care, everyone. As you can see, not everybody was at the show. There's always some drivers working, there's always some drivers keeping the wheel turning.